What do the following have in common? Ben-Hur, Frank Sinatra, a 1956 Ford Thunderbird, the Mona Lisa, Lauren Bacall and Humphrey Bogart. I'm Robert Beagle with Romance Alive. Even though they are very different items, each of these is considered a classic, a standard or a masterpiece. They're classical works. Well, talk about the painting The Mona Lisa by Leonardo da Vinci. It is one of those works described as the best known, the most visited, and the most written about work of art in the entire world. The classic crooner Frank Sinatra was considered to be the voice. Bogart and Bacall are the names associated with the classic movie Casablanca. Then there's my personal favorite, the red 1956 Ford Thunderbird coupe. The one with the little opera window? It's considered a classic automobile. In fact, I would love to have one of those beauties sitting in my garage. Maybe someday, who knows, I might buy one. Now, there are contemporaries to all of this above list. You've got the current year's cars and musicians and the current actors and the most favorite current movie. And there are classical paintings that have been created since the 1500s. The newest and greatest and most recent come along and people get all excited about them. There's something unique about a classic. It kind of has this timeless, enduring quality about it. And I've got another list. A Dozen Red Roses, Candlelit Dinners, Strolling Along the Beach, A Handwritten Letter. Do they have something in common with the first list we discussed? Well, I'd like to suggest these are what you might call classic ways of romancing your partner. For decades, and probably centuries, generations of couples have romanced each other with flowers and dinners and handwritten notes. It's the old standby for many people. Now, I've been accused of focusing exclusively on unique, unusual, and contemporary ways of romancing one's partner. My romantic moment idea suggestions seem to indicate that you should romance your partner in non-classical ways. Okay, maybe that's a little bit right, because I do make romantic moment suggestions which are different from the classic ways of romancing. But there's a reason I do it. You see, when I'm creating the hundreds of romantic moment idea suggestions I've provided weekly for over a decade, I'm always looking for something, something a little different and something unique. Romantic moment suggestions maybe you haven't thought of before. But having said that, there are times when a classic romantic moment, it's like it's almost refreshing. Giving your partner a dozen red roses can still make her eyes dance. And a heart-shaped box of exquisite chocolates brings a smile to his or her face. Now, I'd like to make a little caveat to all this. While a 12-hour marathon of the classic movie Ben-Hur might leave you hating Charlton Heston, watching, let's say, Gone with the Wind once a year, that could prove to be an enjoyable, relaxing evening with your partner. Now, the same is true with classic romance. I don't want you getting stuck in that classic romance rut, so to say. Try new ways of romancing your partner. Keep it fresh. Keep it contemporary. But then after all those ideas of sticky notes and ransom notes and virtual bouquets and green M&Ms and spin the bottle and squirt gun battles I've suggested in my romantic moment ideas, add a little classic romance to your relationship every now and then. You know, go back and romance your partner in a classic way. I'd like to suggest it's going to feel a little debonair, shall we say. A nice, familiar, comfortable place to keep your romance alive. If you'd like more of the romantic moment ideas that I've got here on my YouTube channel, subscribe. Then take a look in the Moment for Romance section, because there you'll find videos on romantic moment ideas you can use just as I suggest them, or you might want to modify them a bit for your partner. And now there's also a section where I share romantic failures I and others have regrettably created, the unflattering glimpses into romantic moments that, honestly, they flopped. I'm Robert Beagle with Romance Alive. I want to assist you in making your relationship exceptional and help you keep your romance alive.